Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I got distracted. I forgot to tweet out the live. So I've now tweeted it out and we are now ready for the show. Testing, testing, one, two, three. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay. Welcome, 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 welcome to the show, everybody. How y'all doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay, I'm going to stop shouting now. I am here. It's Tuesday, so that means we're going to be talking about 4400. Um, let's see where we at. Oh, I'm really gassy. Really super gassy. Okay. Okay, y'all. Um, Welcome, Sharon. Thanks for coming. Laurie, when you're watching the replay, welcome, welcome. Everyone who watches the replay, welcome, welcome. How y'all doing? How's your Tuesday going? How's everybody doing? How's your weekend so far? Those of you who are going to be celebrating Thanksgiving this week, how are your preparations coming? Um, I'm not sure yet if I'll do a live on Friday. If you're watching this and you want me to do a live on Friday and you're watching the replay, make sure you comment below so I know if but I think I might just end up, if I have the energy, doing a live on Friday anyway, because I need to update you all on the Sophia situation. And oh, I forgot to put the premiere available. Oh well, it's too late now. And then I figured for those people who are alone the day after Thanksgiving, we could hang out. I don't know what y'all think. So I think that's oh, okay, I see T's having a Zoom. All right, T's Zooms are just too overwhelming. Those, like, I went for the first like dance party Zoom she did, and that was fun. But then I wasn't getting some of the notifications, and the last year's Thanksgiving Zoom with T, I could not stay. That was too much. Um, but I will bless y'all with an unpopular opinions video that my patrons already have access to. I should get somebody to come on stream with me um on Friday. Feel free to recommend. Uh, la, 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 la. Okay. I do not know how to see my agenda. It's not in here. It's in the description in YouTube. Okay, okay. You know what? I'm just going to do my best and hope I catch everything. Um, also tomorrow I have a video. I haven't set it to premiere. It's going to be a premiere, y'all. It is a 30-minute video and it's a really, really, really good one. Two words. Two words for tomorrow's video. Well, three words. Jackie Aina palette. And it's not a makeup video. It's a commentary video. So there'll be a lot of spillage of tea in tomorrow's video. Uh, okay. Sorry, excuse me for the burp. Um okay, let's get to it. Hopefully everything works today because the devices are being doing the mostest. So we're switching to this screen right here. Okay. And then we're going over here and we're doing this. Let's begin, y'all. Welcome, one and all, to Mo's Aftershow live reaction, commentary, review, recap of CW's 4400, which is a reboot of USA's The 4400. If you wanna learn about the reboot and blah blah blah, I've done. This is episode 5, so this is my 5th live on the topic. So go back and look at the others. What we're going to get. Oh, breaking 4400 news. Breaking news in 4400 news. Thanks to Sharon. Oh, it didn't show up. There you go. Thanks to Sharon for bringing this to my attention. Y'all, the actor who played Sean in the original series is coming as a guest star. He's going to be a guest star on the new series, and he's also going to direct an episode. I cannot wait. Who else is super excited? Okay. Hopefully now my tummy will calm down. Okay. Who else is super excited to see what role he's going to play? He's supposed to be a charismatic figure from one of the people's past. Now, so far we've gone into, oh, maybe he's from Noah's past. We've gone into um Shanice's past, Pastor Isaiah's past, LaDonna, Dr. Andre, and today, actually, in today's episode, they went into Keisha's past. So we can only know. We can only know. Okay. I know it's so cool. Like, it's really cool. I you it's going to be like Inception. I don't even know the proper word for like what that's going to be like. Okay, my tummy is not done acting up. Oh my god, what if he's Mildred's dad? Sharon, you might be onto something. You might be onto something. He could totally be Mildred's dad. Oh, if he's the person who abused her. Oh, that would be awful. That would be awful. Okay. Let's see. That would be a good time. Okay, more right after this commercial break where I shout out my members. Members, drop your emojis in the chat. Okay, I'm assuming you all saw that because I did not. You all know my devices are challenging. Okay, so let's recap. So far at this point, I firmly believe they're like on a whole like other tangent. They're not going to follow like the last episode. Oh my, there was one thing I wanted to do and I completely forgot, but maybe I'll do it for next week. So I'm not even going to try. I've given up on this whole matching who's who. I've given up on that. Y'all know Shanice. Shanice came from 2005 era. She was a lawyer with a newborn, and she's come back to a 16-year-old daughter. Um, Dr. Andre is trans in real life, and the character is trans, but he's from the 1920s Harlem. He was a doctor. He had a clinic in Harlem. LaDonna is from like 2015. She was a reality star. Oh, I should do tell you all the powers. Shanice, when she hugs people, she can see their memory. We don't know Dr. Dre's power yet. LaDonna can manifest um things. It's like illusion slash teleportation. She can wish for something and make it appear. Claudette is 1950s activist from the South. She can heal herself. Hayden, we haven't really been told exactly like a lot about Hayden, but we know that he's 91 years old, so that would put him in like 1930s. And he can see the future. He gets visions. Mildred is from the 70s and she can move things with her mind. And we recently found out that she has a condition that Sharon will put in the chat. It's like a birth defect or disability of the hand. The actress does have that. How does she refer to it? I think she refers to it as disability. Reverend Isaiah is a 90 from the 90s. He was a pastor in a church, in his family's church. He also has a child. Logan is Shanice's husband. Noah is trans, and Noah's power is when he sings, the singing hypnotizes people. Now on the other side, Keisha is a corrections officer, parole officer. Not quite sure. I keep forgetting. This is Keisha's girlfriend. I finally found her name so I could remember. Her name's Jessica. Keisha's girlfriend works for Homeland Security. Limb difference. Sharon, last week you found it was like pterodactyly or something like that. It's okay if you don't find it, that's fine. Gerald is a social worker. Gerald's brother Manny is missing. Saraya is a IT person. This person is new, Mr. Green. We'll talk about him some more. Okay, recap. But before the recap, let me play all the trailer for this week's episode.
I know that there are still questions about the 4400.
I have a surprise.
Where does it lead?
Something is going on.
If we get caught, they could retaliate. Is it safe to have her here?
This may be hard for you to understand.
This is impossible to understand.
Okay, so that's what they gave us for this week's episode. But don't worry, I'll give you as many details. Oops, wrong thing. I'll give you as many details as I can remember. Because y'all know this is what I'm here for, details and theories. So, we start. This week's episode starts on a street corner in Detroit. And this is Keisha. Y'all, the yellow shirt, that's Keisha. The pink shirt is Keisha's sister. And the two girls are Keisha's nieces. And they're selling like cookies on the sidewalk. And y'all, this is like a year ago. And Keisha, oh no, maybe more than a year ago. But this is some time ago in the past. And Keisha is so much fun. She's dancing. She's the fun, cool aunt. And it comes to the present time. There we go. Ectrodactyly. Ectrodactyly. That's what Mildred's character has. Oh, I didn't. Sharon, you finally watched it before the show today. Oh, yeah, they were playing Lizzo then. That was like really cool that they were playing Lizzo. Um, hey, Abby, thank you for coming. Welcome in, welcome in. We just started recapping this week's episode. It's so cool that they were playing Lizzo. Put my hands up. Da-da-da. Baby, what you doing? Baby, cool as hell. I suck at singing, y'all. Look outside. It might be raining. So we come to present time. This is Keisha going to her sister's husband to give him a check to help with the children's tuition. And he's like, Keisha, you don't come by. The girls will. Sharon, you did not. Wow, I haven't seen. You know what? Let's stay on track. Let's stay on track. Stay on track. So he's like, Keisha, the girls would love to see you. Come inside. And Keisha's like, no, I'm busy. I have work. Work is busy. I'm very busy. So then he tells Keisha that the person who killed her sister wants to connect with them. He's turned his life around. He wants to talk to them. And Keisha's like, nope. No, 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 no. So back at work, we have another conference room, and there's these people. And Keisha's girlfriend introduces Mr. Green from Washington, D.C. And y'all, like, I was just thinking the whole time, like, they must have discovered Noah and Mildred's powers. That's why they've gone to the hospital and they didn't come back. And what if they're there experimenting on them in at the hospital? So, Mr. Green is all like, well, um, we're going to start phase 2 of project reintegration, blah blah blah, and like gives them all jobs. But they're not letting everybody out one time. They're letting like some people out, and they're helping them find housing and stuff like that. But that is directly in response to the video, though. And in more office talk. Oh, and they're giving everybody a phone. Suspish! Raise your hand if you would not accept a government phone. Raise your hand. I would not take that phone. But like the people are from the past, they don't know. Like I would have the phone and I would keep it in my house and I would get a burner phone. I would keep it like in my house in the fridge and I would not be taking. Let me not talk so much, y'all. Okay, so they're like Soraya will be giving them phones, and Soraya is like shaking. Why else would the government give giving you a phone? Probably eavesdropping on them too. Look, my grandma just came and she wanted me to take a picture. Our cousin passed away, and my grandma wanted me to take a picture of a picture that she have with my cousin that passed this weekend. And she the camera doesn't work unless the location is turned on. And I'm just like, so you won't take a picture unless you can spy on me? Like, um say what now? I no, Sharon. Like, it's like, can we track your location? Can the camera track your location? I was like, nope. It was like, oh well, then I don't work. So I had to go back in the settings, turn the location on the camera, and I'm just like, these damn phone companies. So, anyways, yeah, my cousin, um, he lived in the Virgin Islands. He'd been sick for a while and bedridden for a few years since like before the pandemic. So I mean, it wasn't a surprise, but people are still sad. Okay, so Soraya is back, and she's visibly shaken and doesn't really want to talk to anyone. Like Gerald tried to talk to her, and she just walked away. So Claudette is looking. Oh hell no! It's not that. It's when you upload it to their various platforms, they can see where you are. Nope. That's how some people end up getting doxxed, because like some a lot of the platforms, all your photos metadata is in there. Like they'll know what kind of phone you have, and then they'll know your location, and they can use that to hack you and dox you and all sorts of things. Anyway, we're going down a tangent. Y'all know how I like my tangents. Where were we? So Claudette is looking at apartments because Jarell is going to take her to look at apartments, and Keisha told her about. She's like, "You're welcome," because like they're only doing this because of the video she leaked, and Hayden is feeling like left out. He's like, "I won't be able to go anywhere. I'm a minor. I can't even get an apartment." So he's feeling kind of like upset about the whole thing, and he's still playing with his chess set that Mildred made him. And Dr. Andre and Shanice bump into each other when coming around the corner, and I sucked at taking these pictures. And the papers fall, and they're like awkward moments. Dr. Dre's like, "You've been sleeping better. I haven't seen you at our little spot in the night." And she's like, yeah, I have a lot to do getting ready to like go live with my uh ex-husband that it's only been a few weeks for me, and my daughter and my husband's new wife. And he's like, "Oh, okay, let me show you something." And he takes her to the tunnel that he found in the last episode, that I thought would be like more. I don't know why, but I was hoping the tunnel would have like more um to it than just being a tunnel, but turns out it's just a tunnel. So they take off their tracking things, and they go out to the alleyway. It's all colorful with graffiti and stuff, and they decide to go. I thought it would be so much more exciting, Sharon. I thought it would like go to Money's secret lab or something, but I guess that would be just too magical. So they have to oops. So they have to go to these doctors. Now they have on-site doctors, and I do not trust these doctors. Tangent. You remember in the original episode, they gave them like a promycin inhibitor, and it made all the 4400 sick. Like, there's no way they're not like giving the they're not giving these 4400 drugs with all those medical tests and exams they say they're doing. So they have to go get clearance from um they made that passageway so much more dramatic. That's like as a cliffhanger, zero payoff. It's a prohibition passage that goes outside. Zero payoff, zero. Okay, so Kisha and Jarrell are going to get clearance from the doctor, and this is the doctor with his man bun. Um, and um, he's like, "Yep, they're good to go. They're good to go. They've been medically cleared." And the way he said that, the like weird smile on his face, I don't trust him. I do not trust him. And like Keisha's like, "You sure? You sure they're good to go? You sure?" Like, because she saw Claudette's hand heal. Sharon, producer Sharon, as usual, coming in to give us the actor name. And then Jarrell's like, "What's going on with you? I thought you were starting to like trust these people." Sharon, he is hiding something. He is hiding something. Um so first Keisha wanted to switch with Jarrell because Keisha has to go do a home visit to make sure Claudette, not Claudette, Shanice can stay with her baby daddy. Oh, ready for my nap. Um, and she wanted to switch, and Gerald's like, "Why are you back to not trusting people?" And she doesn't want to tell him at first, so they have like a little blowout, and he's like, "Nope, I don't want to go to that messed up situation," and so they fight. So they give us more establishing shots to convince us it's taking place in Detroit. Can I tell you anything? Never been to Detroit. I went to Union City, Michigan. It has a convenience store, a five and dime, a pharmacy, a doctor's office, a feed and grain store. Union City, Michigan. So Claudette and Jarrell are going. The shade, Sharon, the shade. Okay, so Claudette and Jarrell are going to look at apartments. They don't show us any of the apartments. They just show us in the car. Like, it feels as though the show is going between like a really good, well produced, they use the money, and then a shitty soap opera cheap show. You know what, Sharon? Yes, like in that last shot, I'm so happy I caught that because what I do is I watch it through one time as soon as I wake up, um for funsies, and then I watch it through a second time to try to take screenshots, which I've been using various methods and they're not the best, but you know what, I think I found a process that works. It just takes a little while. I just that once I've gone forward, if I miss the shot, I miss the shot unless it's like super important. So they're driving around, and Claudette tells Jarell more about her life, her husband. She used to take pictures of the protests and organize the protests and stuff. But like her husband was the face of the protest. And and she used to drive and she loved driving and she cannot wait to drive again. So we go over to Shanice and Dr. Dre, and Dr. Dre is freaked out because there's a dog in the stroller, and he's like overwhelmed and stuff. I wasn't really, I don't remember much of this part to tell you the truth. Um, okay, come on, Tommy, calm down. So back in the hotel, Soraya is giving them the phone, and there's like lots of extras. I know, right? So gorgeous. Um, So Sarah is giving out the phones, and she's just like looking like she's been through it. Um, and um, Ladonna tries to be friends. Ladonna tries to be friends, but like she's not quite ready for it. And back in the car, they've seen apartments that we didn't get to see, and Claudette is now driving when Jarrell gets a call and he has to go take care of something. So he wanted to just like take Claudette back, but Claudette's like, "No, I don't want to. I want to at least have lunch and stuff." So he's like, "Well, if you go somewhere with me first, we can go have lunch." So then Keisha tries to scam, what's this child's name again? Boy, what's his name? Hayden. um Keisha tries to scam Hayden. Look, Soraya looks like she been waterboarded, and she's been gone for 8 days. This episode is like a big jump forward because all the previous episodes were like taking place a few days apart. So we had 4 episodes over spread out over 2 weeks, and this episode, Soraya says she was held for 8 days. So she was held for 8 days. God knows what they did to her. So Keisha is trying to get Hayden to tell her like what's going on, and like trying to phrase it like she's going to protect them. But Hayden's onto her, and Hayden asks about Mildred, like why can't he find out about Mildred? And she's like, I'm gonna find out. And he was like, also he like called her out too. He's like, I don't like it when people lie to me. Like, look at her using all the tactics, sitting on the floor, same level with him, but nah. So, boom, 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 we have the most colorful pride event in like an outdoor courtyard type place. So, uh, Dr. Dre is so confused, and he's like, "What the hell is this?" And when they explain to him, he's like, "Oh, like our little corner of Harlem." And so, like, look at like this is the prideiest pride ever to pride. Well, not really. It's just very colorful. Um. So then he's like so impressed, and Shanice's face turns like weird, and we'll come back to that. Back at the sister wife house, Shanice's sister wife. I'm not just going to like call her Sharon. I tried to include as much of the pride pictures as possible because I knew you would like it. Um, Shanice's sister wife. We're just going to call her that from now on because I don't have the strength for this. Oh, before this, an episode that I didn't catch is that they called Shanice's husband, and he had to go in to talk about the video that Mariah um released, shared on the internet. Okay, so Shanice's sister wife, yes, sister wife. We're just going to say sister wife. Um, she 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 is showing Keisha around the house. We don't care. And then if Keisha has a flashback again to her and her sister. Sister is encouraging her to rent out a coffee shop. Sister wife. Her sister is encouraging her to rent out a coffee shop. Um, and then Money and Claudette at Money. Jarell and Claudette are back at Money's. Um, and Jarell tells Claudette like that um the rent is going up, and he's going to have to let the apartment go because he can't afford it anymore. And someone wants to like see the apartment, and he doesn't want um people in there while he's not there, blah blah blah. um so Shanice and Dr. Dre are back at the hotel now, and they're looking like really happy. Wait, okay, I think I missed when it happened. Anyways, at some point in this episode, Shanice tells Dr. Dre that like it's not that like she doesn't like him or want to be with him. It's just that 3 weeks ago, she was married, so this is all like very weird. Which is also weird because maybe Dr. Dre just processes faster, and like because like 3 weeks ago he was also in a relationship, so hand on the shoulder, yes. And then next episode, so then they run into Logan and Mariah, and they tell, look at Dr. Dre, nice to meet you. And when they shake hands, Logan sees the pride flat stickers, like if y'all been going clubbing, and it's like, how much of a club do you think they went to during the day? But he's mad at them for sneaking out because Mariah is in trouble for the video, and um Shanice didn't know about the video, so they have like a little bit of fight. Um and like Shanice is feeling bad now. Oh, look, another establishing shot. It's Detroit, y'all. It's Detroit. So what's happening now? Finally, it's night, and Keisha takes the ladies out to a bar. So y'all know these peoples. I hope y'all can see. Shanice, Claudette, and LaDonna, and Keisha at a bar, and two guys like want to dance. So Claudette and LaDonna go dancing with them. What's her name? Shanice is at the bar with Keisha. Keisha is trying to get the scoop, and what's his name? So now we have a new bad guy, curly haired, um, racist guard. I guess he's off duty. So we have other power hungry guard. Does like a surprise inspection, accuses Hayden of stealing things, is all mad. This is like, oh. But yeah, like things like that happen because what I notice a lot about this show is it's showing us just the view, like the perspective, other than like Keisha and Jarrell's perspective, who they're not even getting any information, they're just giving them like low level tasks. It's showing us that they have like no idea like why things are happening, and it's just like happening to them and they have no control. So like we're not, instead of the previous show where we would see like the people, the law enforcement people, oh god, Jesus, tired, where we would see the law enforcement people arguing and trying to figure it out. So he yells at Hayden. Hayden gets like really upset. um they argue. Oh, I forgot I was wearing mascara. Oh, I was going to do a video and I put on mascara and concealer, and now I have rubbed my eyes, and now I probably have raccoon eye. Well, oh well, I don't think I would be able to record a video anyway. I'm exhausted. Anyway, back to this. So um Hayden is upset. He takes Hayden's chess set and he leaves. Um, what's her name? Um, mm, Soraya. Gerald tries to talk to Soraya to find out what happened during um when they went to Belle Isle. That's like episode 2, and she's like, the only thing I found was singing. Someone was singing. And she was like, could it be the singer or the singing? That's all I found was singing. Nothing happened. And then she said like she's been gone for 8 days. She's Muslim. She's square. She's like had a she like the government doesn't trust people like her. That's why she's working for the government. Blah blah blah. Like it's important what she said, but back at the bar, my heartburn is killing me. Ooh, tangent. Pause for a moment. Sharon, I finished the dumplings recipe. Did it just made dumplings in the instant pot, so that recipe is ready to go. And I did pictures, so that one is ready to type up and put in the recipe book. The soup. Oh, I didn't write it down. Maybe I can remember. I did the soup like measurements, but I didn't write it down. So, anyways, these ladies are like waving to the 4400 ladies. and they like have some fans, but they also have some random white guy at the end of the bar calling them lizard people, and he like walks up to Claudette, and Claudette throws her drink in his face. He swings at her. She slams a bottle on his head, or somehow bottles end up breaking on his head. Claudette is like, "What?" And scuffles ensue, fisticuffs. But Claudette gets all this deep cut of bottle in her hand, and Claudette heals so fast that the bottles just like pop out of the hand. The shards of glass just pop out of her hand, like pop, pop, pop. And Keisha grabs her hand to try and get her help, and Keisha literally sees her hands heal, and Keisha's like, "What the effing?" And Keisha gets tells them to get out of there. They were never there. So back at the hotel, LaDonna tries to apologize to Soraya again, and like they kind of make up. And Dr. Dre goes into Shanice's room, and she's all like fast asleep, and it's so cute. And he covers her with a blanket, and he's like, and then in her sleep she mutters, "Logan, I love you." Oh, soul crushing moment. So Keisha goes back to see the brother. I don't know why. And they kind of like, he like gets mad, and she's mad at him for like considering going to see the person, the man that killed his the sister. And I don't know if he went or if he just like signed up to go, and she found out because she's a corrections officer. And also we'll figure out that she only became a corrections officer after her sister was killed. We don't know how she was killed. And he's like, "You used to be fun." And she's like, "I put bad people away." And he says something that's like really cool that I've been thinking about. It's like, there are no bad people or good people. People are messy. And then he says, "I've been learning to forgive because your sister wasn't coming from the library. She went to measure the coffee shop because she wanted to make a surprise for you." And Keisha is like, "Oh shit." Um, that's the actor who plays the husband. And then Keisha is like mad, and she goes to see Jarrell. And I'm still confused as to whether Jarrell has his own apartment or if he's living in Money's apartment. I'm still like confused. But everyone refers to it as Money's apartment, so who knows? Um, and she tells Jarrell about her sister and blah blah blah. And Jarrell brings Claudette to Manny's apartment. And oh, she also, while Keisha is there, she also tells Jarrell about Claudette healed ability to heal. And then um so Manny Jarrell brings Claudette to Manny's apartment, and he told Claudette the government will pay the rent, so he prefers her living there. He gives her the key, and then he tells Claudette that he knows about the healing. So Claudette is mad at Keisha, and then Jarrell says Keisha won't tell anybody. Um, and Keisha goes to see Manny, and Manny asks about what's her name? Mildred again. And Keisha is doesn't hasn't really found out anything. But Claudette decided she's not going to go stay with her husband and the sister wife. So Mariah convinced them to let Hayden come and stay in the room since it was already approved. So Hayden is going to go stay with Mariah and Logan, etc. And we have another flashback to Keisha being like the fun aunt again, doing tea with her niece who's hearing impaired and uses sign language. Sign language. Keisha can use sign language, and Keisha calls the husband and tells him like he can go visit the killer in prison. And the girlfriend comes up, Jessica, and she's no longer in charge of the facility. She's going to the hospital now. And they're like, so who's in charge now? Who's in charge? Da 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 da, Mr. Green. And it's so ominous. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Back in the first series, there was this one guy who was like a sinister figure, and I forget like what his job was, but he came to Seattle from DC. Like this man has come from DC, and I was going to like look it up, like look up the character and the name and the picture and stuff. So he came from Seattle, from DC, and he came to Seattle, and he was the one who gave the promycin inhibitor to the 4400 and made them all sick, and like some other like experiments he was doing. He also like tried to do, then he also had like another experiment where they tried to give like soldiers. Ooh, Sharon, with the symbolism. I know, right? So, he tried to the guy from the first series. I forget his name. He tried to make like super soldiers based on the 4400, and then he used the super soldiers to hunt down 4400, and he did a lot of weird stuff, like a lot of like really messed up stuff, and he ended up being like tried and put in prison, then released. Then he had like a private company that was experimenting on 4400 as well. So I know I said like this series is like totally its own storyline, but Mr. Green totally reminded me of of um he totally reminded me of that guy from the first series. And then like at this point, with like the people going to the hospital and not coming back, I'm like, they must have figured out from Soraya's investigations that Noah's singing was what made them the people fall asleep. um I know, right, Sharon? I meant to like look up the actor, like the character's name and stuff, but I forgot. um so I figured at this point in like watching it, I'm like, okay, they figured out Noah's singing, which is why they took Noah away, and they must have figured out Mildred's power, which is why Mildred hasn't come back. And I'm like, they have the, as soon as they figure out the 4400 have powers, because they must have figured out the powers in the other its facilities, because remember, even though it looks like the 44 is the 4400 and there's other facilities. um so I'm like, they have the 4400 somewhere doing experiments on them. And then we learned that DC guy, Mr. Green, is Department of Homeland Security. And you're like, you sure you want to let them go? He's like, we're not letting them go, they're just in a bigger cage. And now we learn what we suspected, that they will be tracking them. Although I wonder, are they tracking them in their phones, or did they like inject a tracker into their bloodstream? Those are important questions that I have. And we have like lots of like ominous dark PowerPoint projector thing. But like, y'all, this moment, like those people are just a little bit too on the nose. Like, why they have to make him look so evil? They're like, this is the bad guy. This is the guy you want to hate. Hate this guy. So back at the house, Mariah gives Hayden towels and like tells him, basic guest stuff. And it's like, so what do you wanna do? Do you wanna do X, Y, or Z? And then he's like, I know what I need to do. Tomorrow, I'm going to break Mildred out of that place. dun dun dun, another overly dramatic cliffhanger. So this is the recap. What I'm going to do now is I need a break, y'all. So feel free to type in the comments. I am going to have a commercial break and promote. Oh, I forgot to put the banner up. There you go, banner. And promote my membership.
Hey y'all, I got membership so you can join the crew. Woo! For those who want to support me a little more, I have 3 levels of memberships. We got Potato Chip Crew at $2.99. You get loyalty badges that show how long you've been a member. And look y'all, I got the little potatoes. And you got emojis that only members can use, and I got y'all some potato chips, and of course I had to get a mermaid. And you also get access to member only live chats. That's lives where only members can talk. Then we have the Super Crew at $6.99. You get everything from the previous level plus member shoutouts, members only updates on the community tab, and members only live chat. For $24.99, you get everything from the previous 2 levels, plus I'll follow you on social media, and you get wallpapers for your phone, and you get to choose one of my books for free. If you want to become a member, just hit up that join button and let's have some fun together. Whee!
Okay, so like the other episodes. Oh wait, and we're back from the commercial break. Thank you for joining me, Mo, as we talk about 4400 episode 5, The Way We Were. So, um yes, like the other episode, it gives us a lot of information. It dribbles some information about Claudette's story. Absolutely no Reverend Isaiah in that story. In that episode, he didn't appear at all. Um, but it was heavily focused on Keisha. So we understood kind of like how Keisha ended up in the job she is, that she hasn't been in the job long since she started it when her sister died. Before that, she was about to open a coffee shop. Well, actually, we don't know that she started it, but we assume that she started that job when her sister died. Um, we learn a lot more about Claudette. I feel like when we finally like get Claudette's stories, like when it's finally the day for Claudette's reveal, like it's gonna be a bombshell. I feel that. Um and so and also like remember from the beginning, I'm like, why is there not a bigger federal thing going on? But we learned that there actually is a bigger federal plot going on. And the other thing I wonder, do you remember in the end of the first series, the same guy I was telling you about, the one who came from DC? I know, Sharon. I really cannot, like, they're building up anticipation in us for Claudette's story. Um, the guy I was telling you about from DC. I think I can stop sharing the screen now so I can do more things. Um, so The guy I was telling you about from the first. Stop being needy. The guy from the first series, um, it turns out like there were a bunch of them that had been projected into people's bodies from the future, and they were like a group that were like sent to stop the 4400. And I'm just really wondering if that's also the case with Mr. Green. Like, I have questions I have. um so let me look up that. Let me see if I can pull him up like really quickly. Yeah, I like literally just watched the whole first series like only a few months ago. So it's fresh in my memory. No. Let me see. Um Let me try to find that guy. But next week we'll probably learn more about Mr. Green, and we can do more of like a dive into him. Um okay, this is being really slow. So let's look at the trailer for next week, and if no one has anything else to add after the trailer, we're going to wrap up. Okay, this is working.
I know about the powers.
I just had a vision. I want us to go get them out.
Are you ready? This is really dangerous.
The time is running out. You can't just sit by and do nothing.
Are you scared?
Okay, y'all, they were not playing with this trailer. Oh my gosh, do y'all see how they have them like hooded up and like long syringes? Oh, like that's what I'm saying about this show. They've definitely doing very much um like a really good episode, and then like a so episode. So fingers crossed that next week's episode will be really good. It looks like a lot is going on in next week's episode. Like we get to see what's been going on, maybe meet 4400 from other facilities. Like we know nothing at this point. Oh my god. Also, I checked and it looks like they'll be doing episodes right up until December 13th. So, it looks like we have two more episodes before they go on hiatus and come back in January. Um yeah, Sharon, the pacing is really odd. Like I feel like that might be why they people haven't really caught on to it. But you know what, a lot of people didn't catch on to Grey's Anatomy until like season 3. um a lot of people did not see like the first season of Grey's Anatomy. Like people were watching Grey's Anatomy in season 2 and season 3 thinking that it was a new show. um so like I'm really hopeful that they can keep like it's like they have two different directors, and one came from soap operas and one came from TV show. And that's like we're getting daytime days of our life quality one week, and the next week um we're getting a good like HBO show. Sharon, if you haven't seen it, I wouldn't watch it now because Meredith Grey is a racist. I said it, I don't care. Um and like it was very of the time. So it was of the Desperate Housewives, like it was of the time. Um it was pre-streaming, and it was of the time when like you had Desperate Housewives, you had The Office. I never watched I lied. I tried I Some kids were watching The Office, and The Office used to go like into Grey's Anatomy, and I was very um offended by the part that I did see. Like I don't like that kind of humor. Like seriously, like if you're older than 20 and you haven't seen Grey's Anatomy, I wouldn't watch it. In my opinion, um Queen Sugar is a better show, but it might just be like more relatable for me. But like season 1 of Grey's Anatomy was good. But after season 3, it just was like getting ridiculous. Okay, I think I have spoken enough. I feel as if I might probably like the British Office better than like the American Office, but I don't care enough about comedy. Like I prefer watch like Shane. We're just wrapping up, Shane. This is my weekly show where I talk about the show the 4400. It's a new show on the CW, but it's a reboot of a show that used to be the on USA. So it's a reboot. And every week I come and I chat about it, and we have theories and stuff. But we've all wrapped up talking about this week's episode and our what's the word, and our theories and what we think is going to happen. And we watch the trailer for next week. Um, and my tummy starting to hurt. And we were talking about Grey's Anatomy because Sharon has never seen Grey's Anatomy, and I don't know how it came up, but Sharon has never seen it, and I was telling her she doesn't need to see it. She's fine. She's not missing much. Oops. Okay. So y'all, I think that's it. I'm going to go in a couple of minutes. I'm going to go set up tomorrow's premiere. It's gonna be a spicy one. So make sure you set the reminder for tomorrow's premiere. It's probably gonna be 11 my time, which is 10 Eastern time. So Sharon, you might not even be awake yet. So if you miss my last video, I believe it was a First Aid Beauty review of their like cream and stuff, the face cream. Thanks for stopping by, Shane. Um, so if you haven't seen it, make sure you do that. And there's also an unpopular opinions video coming on what's the day? Thursday, and then we'll most likely do a live hangout. Where is my mother? Why is my mother not home? A live hangout um on 6 o'clock on Friday. So y'all have a good evening, and I will see y'all soon. Mo signing out. Sharon, I'm not sure what time Friday yet. Probably around the same time, early evening. It kind of has to do with a little bit of what time I wake up and stuff. But if I have a really good day Thursday, I'll put it up, the live up. So so you can set a reminder. Okay, this time I'm going for reals. Bye, y'all.